Hello, Bill Molyneux here in Bill's Basement Update, the Wargaming Room. All right, as you know, the last 2 or 3 months, I've totally reworked the basement, and I have all my 54 millimeter figures, vehicles, everything is now in boxes and labeled, so I can find them. Now, this section of the basement is cut off from the rest of the basement due to a staircase. We're going to talk about trying to get this room with a larger table. This is 7.5 feet by 6. We're going to see with my measuring tape if we can expand it to 10 feet by 6. And I've had a lot of people send me notes that this is getting them motivated to pick up their wargaming room. And it sort of motivates me that people are actually watching this to get motivated. Get off your couch and work in your wargame room, paint some plastic, paint some lead. So anyhow, we're just going to start off with how big is the room, and lengthwise, we're going to do a measurement, and I'll come back to you for both the length and the width. And we need about 2 feet around each side of the table. Now, once I get those measurements figured out, my idea is to clean the giant rat nest, the workbench area. See what I can do with this. And then, as Kevin would say, use a flamethrower. I figure this will be a several-day project. And the idea would be to run the table off of this wall, similar to how Walt has his wargaming table set up at his house. So I'll come back to you and see where we are in measurements, because I haven't measured this, so it may not even work. Let's see what happens. All right, well, believe it or not, we come directly off that wall. With 10 feet, it stops where this 6-foot table ends. So right now, lengthwise, it would work. All right, so that's where we're at. Now, widthwise, first of all, I could remove those shelving sections over there and put them in the other room. So we're going to go ahead and do our measurement for the width. So we're thinking it's going to be 6 feet wide, and then I need 2 feet on each. Kevin's thin, but Walt and I need a little extra room. So it would be 6 and 4 would be 10 feet wide. I'll come back to you and let you know how that works. And don't forget, all my videos all the way through to November 1st are helping Toys for Tots. So let's see what we can do on the width. All right, well, welcome back, everyone. I had to take some heavy duty measurements for this, and this is where we're at. 6 feet wide, 2 feet on both sides, of course, comes to 10 feet. 10 feet exactly stops at that shelving unit. So to get my room that I need for both sides, those 2 shelving units need to be removed. The workbench table actually can stay, just all the stuff comes off and it becomes a wargaming table. And we can actually do 6 foot wide by 10 feet long coming off the far wall. And that would work. And the only thing I need to do is one heck of a lot of work. Moving all those figures, taking those 2 shelving units out. And what I think I would do with them, I'll pause the camera here, and I would put the shelving units on that wall there. And that probably would work great for holding terrain and stuff. So that would work pretty good. And I would put my terrain, and I will measure that out. It's 16, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's measure that. Wow. Believe it or not, those 2 units will actually sit perfect on that wall. They're 3636, a 72, and that wall actually is 74 inches. So I take those two shelving units, move them to that wall. Everything on that wall would get moved out into the other room temporarily. I would order more of my wall sheets later on for my walls, and then that needs to be cleaned, which is a huge mess. I never can keep my workbench organized and cleaned. By the way, my Martian war machines that Nick McGoldrick bought for me, I don't know, 20, 15 years ago, they'll be coming out soon to fight War of the Worlds. All right. Now, at the same time, I have the boathouse in Virginia for Wargaming 2 that's slowly in the process. All right. Well, let me know. This is a lot of work. Is it worth doing all this work for a 10 by 6 table compared to a 7.5 by 6 and just tidy the room up? So leave your comments. Do I spend probably a week or more doing this big project, or do I just try to keep having fun on the table I have? All right. Well, that's it for now. Stay safe, be kind, be courteous. Don't forget Goober, the Traveling Bear calendars are for sale on Blue Panther printing website with Bill Molyneux Games, and they support the Maryland Veterans Museum. And of course, don't forget this video is supporting Fall In's Toys for Tots program with Sean Reese. Thank you again, everyone.